It's time for another WrestlePlanet news update as Tony Khan has provided an update on AEW's massive upcoming announcement. A top free agent has made their AEW debut, and it has been confirmed that Jeff Hardy is joining All Elite Wrestling. And if you haven't already, make sure you go over and subscribe to our new WrestlePlanet gaming channel, where we're set to release regular WWE 2K22 content, including GM mode lists and even some AEW based stuff. And make sure you turn the notification bell on. Let's start with some news that broke before last night's AEW Dynamite, with a report emerging that AEW are set to sign a top free agent. Fightful Select reports that Shane Strickland, the former Isaiah Swerve Scott in WWE, is set to join AEW in the coming weeks. This follows a report last week that Swerve was expected to sign for AEW and that there was a very good chance he's joining, and this came from the Wrestling Observer. The Fightful report adds even more info, and Strickland will join All Elite Wrestling when his deal comes into effect the first week of March. They've also been told that AEW views Strickland as a potential crossover star, and there's been talk over the past year over additional Warner Media shows similar to Roads to the Top. It's expected that Strickland could take part in such a show. He's currently booked for a number of GCW shows and has wrestled for New Japan Pro Wrestling as of late, although there is no contract in place. Ring of Honor are also said to have been interested in bringing Shane in for their reboot in April, but this is no longer expected to happen. Strickland is perhaps best known for his role in NXT as the leader of Hit Row, with him being one of the guys that Triple H was keen to push. Last Saturday, WWE Hall of Famer Lita would make her first women's title match since November 2006, coming up short against Becky Lynch at the Elimination Chamber event. After the show, WWE were reportedly blown away by the reception Lita received from the Saudi Arabian audience in the Jeddah Superdome, who greeted her with "Thank you, Lita" chants. Lita would take to Instagram last night to share an emotional message to her fans, and she said, "What an experience. It's hard to put into words everything I felt these past few weeks. But I can say the support I've received from all of you has touched me deeply. I thank you so much for the time you took to cheer me on and the faith you had in me to get back in the ring. To the women currently grinding on the road to keep raising the bar, you inspire me daily. If this was the end, I am so proud. If it is not, I will arrive more prepared, train harder, and find a way to dig deeper." Before the show itself, Lita would reveal that right now she is only scheduled to work the one match and that there are no plans for a return in place. Perhaps the reaction to her match with Lynch could persuade WWE to bring her back soon, maybe for a match at WrestleMania in April, although the spots in both women's title matches are filled at this point. Now let's go to our first story from last night's AEW Dynamite, where Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho met in a war of words. The show would be held in the state of Connecticut, which is the home base of WWE, leading to several references to AEW's rival promotion. Eddie would tell Jericho that he doesn't want to be part of his sports entertainment segment, saying that he is a pro wrestler. Jericho would respond by saying that his version of sports entertainment was actually entertaining. Kingston would eventually challenge Jericho to a match at the upcoming AEW Revolution pay-per-view, calling for a more serious version of Jericho to show up. He'd name-drop WWE CEO Triple H and his supposed real-life heat with Le Champion and said, "We got the match, great, but don't give me the Chris Jericho from the Mimosa Mayhem match or the Chris Jericho who got thrown off a cage by MJF. Give me the Jericho who was the first world champion in this company, the one who bled buckets in Tennessee. Give me the Jericho who turned WCW upside down. Give me the Jericho that your close friend Paul Levesque hated. If you don't, I'm gonna eat you up alive." Jericho would ultimately accept the challenge, and they will meet on March 6th in Orlando, Florida. As well as this, Triple H's former NXT right-hand man would also receive a reference on the show, with Bryan Danielson comparing his mentorship and training with William Regal to that of Daniel Garcia, who hangs around with 2.0. And Bryan would say, "I had a great mentor in William Regal. Garcia is hanging around with 2.0. Imagine what it would be like if he was training with someone like myself or training with someone like Jon Moxley. He would be at an entirely different level." Regal is currently a free agent after his WWE release on January 5th, with this name drop leading to speculation that he could too be AEW bound. He would no doubt be an excellent addition to the behind the scenes of the promotion, bringing years of knowledge and unique experience to the table. As for Bryan Danielson, it was later confirmed in the night that he will take on Jon Moxley at AEW Revolution, this following a recent offer from Bryan for Moxley to join him in a stable. Moxley would say that he only stands side by side with people that he's bled with, and this led to the match being announced this week. Ahead of last night's episode of AEW Dynamite, AEW President Tony Khan appeared in a video posted to social media alongside Tony Schiavone, where he provided an update on the massive announcement that he teased last week. For those that missed it, last Friday, Khan appeared on Busted Open Radio and stated that he is working on something massive, and added that it might not be what people expect. In the update, Khan would reveal that he is currently under an NDA and cannot yet announce what the deal is, but has assured fans that big news is coming, and he said, "I can't yet, but I hopefully will be able to soon, Tony. We're working on something massive. The legal team right now has got us under NDAs, so I can't reveal all the details, but suffice to say, we're working on something that is going to be really great for the fans and the wrestlers, and it's going to be awesome. I am so excited, and I don't know exactly when we're going to be able to tell the fans, but I know that it's coming very soon, so stay tuned to AEW. We have a huge Dynamite tonight, and very soon there'll be more details. In addition to Dynamite being a great card tonight, we have a big Rampage on Friday, and we're on the road to Revolution on March 6th. There's even more big news ahead for AEW as we're on the road to Revolution. I promise you something big is coming. It's not like the first dance where I can put a date and time and a place on it and say I know exactly when, but it is like the first dance in that I know something big and important is coming to AEW. I'm very excited about it. It's a little bit different than anything we've done before, but it's going to be awesome. Whilst it's not clear exactly what the deal is that he's working on, many have speculated that it could be a cross-promotion show involving New Japan Pro Wrestling as well as other promotions. Others have theorized that Khan could be set to buy out Ring of Honor, with Jonathan Gresham's backstage appearance last night at AEW Dynamite adding fuel to the rumor. Tony's comparison to the first dance event leans more towards the supercard theory, but I guess only time will tell. But let me know what you think the deal will be in the comments down below. Last week we speculated that recent WWE release Buddy Murphy could be set to join AEW's stable, the House of Black. This followed a report from Fightful Select that the now Buddy Matthews was heading to the promotion, as well as a vignette on AEW Dynamite that teased a possible new member of the stable. Well, last night this did come to fruition after Matthews appeared out of the darkness to align with Malachi Black and Brody King, taking out Penta Oscuro and Pac. Matthews did initially tease that he would actually be against Black and King before he struck Pac with a knee to the face. Matthews has a long history with Black going back to their days in WWE, as the increasingly damaged eye of Malachi was inflicted by Buddy Murphy when he drove his eye into the corner of the steel steps. Not only that, but both men would release very similar videos to their social media accounts after their WWE release, set inside the same asylum, with both of them being granted their release from the facility. Their story now continues in All Elite Wrestling, this time going side by side as part of a dominant faction. On Saturday, Jeff Hardy would appear in a low-key interview on the Jared Myers YouTube channel. The interview would take place backstage at a Jeff Hardy concert, and he would discuss a number of topics. Shockingly, Jeff would casually reveal that he is heading to All Elite Wrestling, news that I'm sure Jared wasn't expecting to break. When chatting, Hardy would share his excitement over his new move and would say, "I'm going to AEW. I'm so excited. Until this morning, I didn't really know. I'm so nervous and excited." Whilst it's unclear when Jeff will be making his debut, his WWE non-compete clause expires on March 9th, the day of the first AEW Dynamite after the Revolution pay-per-view. Over recent weeks, AEW gave some hints towards Jeff's arrival, most notably when Matt Hardy walked out on Isiah Kassidy during his match with Keith Lee, leaving over the barricade through the crowd. For those that missed the reference, this is reminiscent of the Jeff Hardy house show incident that led to his WWE release, where he would jump the rail and leave through the crowd in the middle of a 6-man tag match. match. Hardy would then be drug tested by WWE before they offered him a spot in rehab, which Hardy refused. The results would eventually come back negative, clearing Hardy's name. The news of Jeff joining AEW follows WWE's recent attempt to re-sign him, offering him a spot in the WWE Hall of Fame, and as we know, Hardy said no. Jeff would go on to discuss his issue with WWE after the way he was released from the company, and would reveal if he'd ever go back, and he would say, "Hopefully, yeah, I would love to go back. They released me and tried to make me go to rehab, but I'm just so over it. My dream match was with Roman Reigns. I've talked about that many times, but then said, so you want me to go away for like 28 days just to save my job? No. You know what's important to me? Family. My 2 daughters, my wife, they believe in me. F WWE, man. It's like a private, personal thing. I'm not going to effing go to rehab. If they believe in me, that's all that matters, my wife and my 2 girls." Despite being open to a return to WWE at some point in the future, Hardy looks set to join All Elite Wrestling, a move that could be complete within a matter of weeks. But let me know what you think of Jeff Hardy signing with AEW in the comments down below. And before you go, make sure you check out 10 things you didn't know about AEW's Danhausen.